Are you a multi-passionate woman? Have you ever heard this phrase? It's like the new buzz phrase all these days. And it means that you are a woman that is a high achiever or an aspiring high achiever, and you've got several different areas of passion that you love them all. You can't decide which one to pursue first, or you can't let any of them drop because you love them all so much. So you've got to just figure out a way to juggle all these balls. Okay, so today we're going to talk about 5 time management tips specifically for multi-passionate women. Hey there, I'm Haya, and I work with high-achieving women and aspiring high-achieving women to help them do exactly this. Juggle all those balls and figure out how to make it all work. So the tips I'm going to share with you today are not your everyday quick tip life hacks, because you are not an everyday woman that's just looking to get by with simple hacks, right? So one of the things that I want you to know about me is that I do time management differently. And here at Digging Deeper, as an entire tribe, we do time management differently. And I'm going to take a different approach with you today, and I'm going to show you my secret. I'm not going to give you quick microwave fixes, okay? No short-term solutions right now, because that's not my secret sauce. My secret is the long game. I play the long game. So I'm going to share with you today 5 tips that are going to help you stop that madness of always living with microwave mentality. And I'm going to help you how to turn that on its head. And you might be surprised at the things that you think would take longer are actually going to give you better, stronger, faster results in the long run. So here we go. Tip number 1 for multi-passionate women. Become willing to think outside the box and go against the grain. Please hear my heart on this. If you think you don't have time to plan, this is the exact medicine that's keeping you sick. Now, please understand, I say that with no judgment whatsoever. If you are screaming with your hair on fire and you're thinking, I don't have time for the things that are on my list, much less time to put a plan together, I hear you. I totally feel your pain, and it's not your fault, because that's how we were raised. We were brought up in this world that we've just got to figure it out, and nobody taught us how to manage our time in a strategic way. So what I want to share with you is really the crux of everything that we do around time management here at Digging Deeper, and we call it the leapfrog effect. Okay, of course, if you're familiar with playing leapfrog as a kid, where you are going to, start out behind, but you are going to leap forward over the hurdle, over your opponent, over all those obstacles, whatever it is, and you're actually going to end up ahead. That's exactly what we're going to do here. But it is going to require that you are going to unlearn and deprogram yourself from all of that status quo nonsense that is keeping you stuck where you are right now, where you are just flying around like a chicken with your head cut off, where you are just going day to day to day to day, and you are living on caffeine and chocolate, and you are literally waking up every morning and spending every day putting out fires. That is never, ever, ever going to get you where you want to go. But how do you stop the madness? How do you literally screech those brakes on and you stop yourself midstream and you turn around and you start swimming upstream? Here's how we do it. Okay, the last 4 tips are going to help you do just that. So tip number 2, time management tips for multi-passionate women. Get very clear on all the different areas of passion that you're juggling. Now you're thinking, well, duh, I know what they are. No. I don't want you to be vaguely clear. I don't want you to have them only in your head. I want them on paper. I want you to write them down. Okay, passion area number 1, passion area number 2. Call it goal number 1, goal number 2, but not 2 different goals under the same passion. So let's talk in some practical examples here. Okay, one of my major passions is my philanthropy. Okay, we are working to radically revolutionize the world's educational system. Another one of my passions is here at Digging Deeper, helping women up-level their lives so that they can actually create the life that they want. Another one of my passions is my personal health and fitness. Another one of my passions is my family. Okay, so let's just say I've got 4 passions. There are a few others, but we'll just focus on these for example's sake right now. So I want you to write all of those down because, as we know, if you've been with me longer than 5 minutes, it can be challenging to hit a moving target, but it is darn near impossible to hit an invisible one. So we've got to really identify each of those bullseyes, and then we're going to use those in just a minute. Okay? Now, tip number 3, I want you to download my ebook, my time management ebook, which actually, depending on when you're listening to this video, you can get it for free right now for a very limited time. So I hope you're listening quickly. And I'm just going to put the link here in the comments. And I want you to, I'm going to actually stop right now. I'm going to pause. I'm going to sit here and wait. I want you to press pause on this video, go grab the ebook, and then come back. That's okay. I can wait. Okay, you got it? Good. Now, remember, this book, the title of the book is Time Management Secrets for Highly Successful Women. And like I told you at the beginning, highly successful women do time management differently. They're not reacting to emergencies all day. They're not swimming around in other people's drama all day. They're not putting out fires all day. Highly successful women start with the end in mind, and that's exactly what you're going to do. So I want you to actually carve out some time right now, if you can. If not, carve out some time in the next day or so and turn to page 35 in the ebook, and I want you to sketch out your life vision. And this is so important. Again, remember, we want to start with the end in mind. And the reason why this is so extremely important is because this is how you see that all the areas of your life must work together to create one whole. I actually have a whole vlog about this concept of how men and women process information differently. Okay, have you ever heard the example that men are like waffles and women are like spaghetti? So men, they have all these different compartments in which they live their life. They've got their work box, their wife box, their kid box, their buddies box, their workout box, their stuff in the garage box. They've got all these different boxes. They don't multitask well, but they are very, very good at compartmentalizing and drawing boundaries between each of their categories. And when they're in one box, they feel no stress, guilt, or drama about any other box because they are fully focused on what they're doing. Okay, that is not how we as women are wired. And it's not one is good, one is bad, one is right, one is wrong. It's just how we're wired differently. Okay, so women are like one big messy pile of spaghetti. Of course, you throw the spaghetti on top and we are a mess. But that does not mean that we have to live like a hot mess. No. Please hear me on this. You do not have to settle for life as a hot mess, even if that's how you feel today. Okay? We might feel like a hot mess on any given day, but we do not have to settle for a life as a hot mess. What this process will teach you how to do is start pulling out one noodle at a time and creating order in your life. And from that order, that mental order, that is where you create liftoff for your life and all those things that you want to create. Okay, tip number 4. Now for some reverse engineering. Your life plan that you just created, that long-term life vision, that's actually going to become the starting point for your 1-year goals and how you're going to actually start achieving those 1-year goals. And the reason those 1-year goals are so important is because that is actually what determines all of your tasks, all of your objectives, all of your projects for the whole year. We've got to constantly be circling back and asking myself, is what I'm about to do, is that going to take me to where I want to go? And most of the time, if I ask any woman on the planet and I look at her task list, it in no way resembles the life she actually wants to create for herself. So why is there that massive disconnect? This is why right here. Now, you'll find the exact process for reverse engineering your life plan into your 1-year goals. That's actually outlined on page 51 of the ebook. Okay, so I want you to implement this immediately. If you can't do it right now, that's cool, but I do invite you and I encourage you to carve out an hour at some point this week and implement this immediately. Now again, I can feel your heart starting to race because you're like, just one more thing to add to my list. No. This may sound like work, but actually, first of all, it's super fun to see how achievable our dream life is when we approach life this way around. And secondly, it is going to completely unlock a whole new approach to life. And you're gonna ask yourself, how did I live so long without it? Okay, last but not least, tip number 5, you're gonna learn in the ebook that I break time management down into 4 different layers of life, or pillars, as I called it. You've got your annual level, monthly level, weekly level, and your daily level. And in each one of these different layers or levels or pillars of my schedule and my time management, I build in buffer time. Now, this buffer time is actually a combination of strategy time and maintenance mode. So I want to explain to you what I'm talking about here. So once a year, every year, I carve out 1 week. I call it War Week, which of course you will find out all the secrets about War Week later, okay? But once a year, I have 1 week where I plan the whole coming year. My master plan, my master strategy, okay? Once a month, every month, I take 1 day and I have my monthly strategy session where I really tighten up all of my goals, objectives, and projects for the coming month. Every week, I take about 2 to 3 hours and I have a weekly planning session. And then every day I have an evening review that lasts about 15 minutes. Now, I want to explain the difference here, okay? On the monthly and annual levels, okay? Annual and monthly levels, this is where I map out the strategy that allows me to accomplish my goals, create my dream life, and really bring my vision to reality. Okay, and I have to tell you, y'all, this is a massive, massive piece that most women are missing. Then on the other side, with those weekly and daily levels, that is what allows me to manage the execution of my goals and maintain my desired level of excellence. So you see on the one side, I've got my strategy at the yearly and monthly level, and then I've got maintenance over here on the other hand, at the weekly and daily level, okay? So I can tell you this much, please hear my heart on this, trust me, without sticking to my guns on these 4 levels, there is no way in the world I would be able to accomplish what I do. Running multiple businesses, building that new paradigm to radically revolutionize the world's educational system. I invest tons of good quality time with my family. I read at least 1 book a week. I manage my own health with daily exercise and clean eating. And I give back to our community, and we run multiple programs and events right here out of our home for the greater community. Okay, but here's the deal. Again, no matter what I have been able to accomplish and what I'm telling you, you can do it too. One thing that I learned from my father-in-law many years ago, help is not help where it's not wanted. And like we say in Texas, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So I can talk to you about this all day long until I'm literally blue in the face. But you've got to decide that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You've got to decide that you've had enough of banging your own head against the wall and you are ready to try something new. So give it a whirl. Try these 5 steps, these 5 tips for time management for multi-passionate women. And as always, shoot me back your feedback, how it's going for you, because we are in this together, my friend. We're in it to win it. I love ya.